Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, March 31st, the last day of March. Back at work at LAX. Today's topic, this is softball grandpa, rich alcoholic, uh, construction inspector, blah, blah, blah. Um, Today's topic, or the word of the day, is pain. Pain. In the Webster Dictionary, the definition of pain, the first one is punishment. And the second one is physical discomfort caused by something. You know, um, you know, July 9th, 1981. I think July 9th, 1981 is when I went 16 feet to concrete, and I crushed my wrist. Paramedics took me to the hospital. They told me on the way to the hospital, they said I may never walk again. And I took this wrist was the one that they broke, and with this wrist I went like this. I gave them the one finger salute, and my back. I didn't realize I crushed my wrist until I tried to get up, and so my back and my butt hurt so bad. So I've dealt with pain on and off for quite a while. I think I had 13 orthopedic surgeries in my body. I count them. There's 4 here, 2 here, 1 here. Shit, that's 7 right there. And 3 on the knee, that's 10. Then a neck, 11. 2 back surgeries, 3 back surgeries. Holy shit. Oh, I shouldn't cuss. But anyway, I dealt with pain. And I'm dealing with pain right now. I went to the neurosurgeon, and they're going to do another MRI, and I'm going to get an epidural. I'm going to start physical therapy on my back, try to straighten up the core, strengthen up the core, not straighten up. I don't know if I'll ever be straight, because my back, the x-ray, it was like, it's ugly. All the hardware, it's, ugh. But, when I told the doctor, I said, they had me on gabapentin, and I told her, I said, it doesn't do nothing for me. So she changed the meds, and I'm taking it as prescribed. But before I got clean and sober, and anytime I got a pain medication, it said do not take it with alcohol. Well, guess what? That's what I was doing. I was going to want to get maximum effect. And it probably wasn't too good for my body, but that's what I did. But now I don't do that no more. I just do as prescribed. Then you have to be honest with your doctor. Tell them everything that you're doing, and that's what they can treat you the best way. But they don't have all the information. They can't treat you properly. The one when I had this surgery right here, I don't know if you can see that scar. They took a bone chip out the size of a dime, and when I woke up, and I was doing drugs back then. When I woke up in the recovery room, it felt like the Jolly Green Giant had stuck a butcher knife all the way through my wrist and was swinging me around. And I came off that anesthesia. I bolted up, and the 2 nurses had to push me down. They stuck a needle in my butt, full of Demerol, and to knock me out because I was hurting. Oh, that was the most pain I've ever had. And not to mention the cortisone shot. Straight cortisone is not fun either. Cortisone's a great drug but the initial injection burns. Oh, it burns. Oh, God. But after 24 hours, it's like, oh, wow, look at this. This is like neat, But anyway, getting back to pain, and I told the doctor, I said, I think I've gotten accustomed. I had to get accustomed to pain because I have been in pain, especially with, you don't have back surgery for no apparent reason. And the reason I did have the first back surgery 12 years ago was I was going to pain management, and I was taking Cadian, and let me turn the light on again. And Cadian, I was taking 50 milligrams in the morning and 50 milligrams at night every 12 hours. It was an opiate. it didn't get high, but it took the pain away. I mean, it made it so it was tolerable. And I did this for almost a year, and I lost 25 pounds because it constipates you. And I was like maybe pooping every 3 days. And so I couldn't eat because I was full, full of shit, still am probably. But anyway, I had to get a paper prescription because it was controlled substance, and I had to go see the doctor every 30 days. And I never abused it, but because it was working. And one day when I got the prescription, the pain management doctor said, the longer you postpone the surgery, the more damage you're doing to your nerves. And I told him, I said, well, nobody ever told me that, So that's why I had the surgery, way back when. And the first neurosurgeon, he's up in heaven now. He passed away. And I'm seeing the doctor that took over his practice. And she's operated on me 4 times. I put my faith and my trust in her, and so, just have to, I have to deal with the pain, because I'm not going to let it control my life. And, I can't do that because, my back's going to hurt afterwards. No, I'm trying to work smarter now. And, like when I'm doing yard work and my back starts to ache, I sit down and have a bottle of water, throw the ball to Henry, and sit down for 5 minutes and let it kind of cool down. And so I've had to develop little things to deal with it, because I can't let it control my life, and I guess some people are different, but I still want to live, and living is not sitting in your chair all day long. So I would love to, but it's not good for my gut or nothing, or probably my psyche too. I need to stay busy. Another thing, I'm getting arthritis. I woke up this morning and I couldn't close my fist. I had to bend my fingers, and it's still kind of achy. So I'll have to figure out something on that one. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll go to the acupuncture guy. Yeah. But anyway, it's Tuesday, last day of March. Tomorrow's April 1st, and you know what that means. So maybe I'll post something tomorrow, maybe not. But God bless everybody. Do something for somebody else for fun and for free because you want to, with no expectation in return. Because if you have an expectation, you're going to be disappointed. So God bless everybody. I'll talk to you soon.